The man had been lying face down in the desert for 3 solid hours. In the scorching 122-degree heat, he didn't dare move a muscle because a ruthless killer was right nearby, constantly testing to see if he was still alive. The assassin raised his weapon and fired shots right next to the man's body. The man's breathing nearly stopped from sheer terror, but he couldn't risk running. The killer, convinced that the man had finally died from the extreme heat, lowered his gun and headed back to his vehicle to leave. But he made one crucial mistake. While he was stopped to make a phone call, he noticed that the man who had been completely motionless was somehow still alive and slowly making his way toward the edge of the desert. The killer flew into a rage. He quickly set up his weapon again and took aim at the man on the hillside, opening fire once more. Unfortunately for him, the distance was too great, and every shot missed its mark. The man seized the opportunity and ducked behind a large boulder for cover. With his target out of sight, the killer had no choice but to jump in his car and race toward the base of the hill. Fighting for his life, the man summoned every ounce of strength he had left and began climbing toward the summit. He couldn't afford to rest for even a moment. Finally, halfway up the mountainside, he discovered a cave. Just as he was about to crawl inside to hide, he spotted something that made his heart race, a small pool inside the cave. Suddenly energized, he scrambled over as fast as he could, only to discover that the pool was bone dry. But with the killer closing in, he had no choice but to take refuge in the cave. Soon, the sun set. The killer turned on his headlights and aimed them directly at the cave entrance. He was determined not to let his target slip away under cover of darkness. Meanwhile, the desert's brutal nighttime cold had the man shivering uncontrollably inside the cave. Just when despair was setting in, something miraculous happened. Water began seeping into the pool before his eyes. This gave him one last glimmer of hope. He rushed over and drank deeply, gulping down as much as he could. After regaining some of his strength, the man made a bold decision. Would he actually manage to escape the desert alive?